working in SAP BW for past 5-10 years, and mostly.
Hello?
Hello, can you hear me, Manoj? Manoj, can you
Hello?
hear me?
Yeah. Please go on.
Okay. Yeah, my name is Abdul Kalim, and I've been working with SAP BW for past 5-10 years,
Hello?
and most of my projects have been centered around finance and controlling. So off late, I have started working with and I wanted to learn from the functional standpoint so that I can leverage the functional knowledge to provide BW solutions. So that's the brief introduction. And Priya had mentioned that there is
Okay.
training, so I wanted to kind of explore the opportunity and see if this training would be of help.
Okay. Let me introduce myself. My name is Manoj, and I'm basically an I've been working as an consultant for the 4.5 years now, and I'm working in quite a few modules at the moment, like WM, taking care of both in a certain project. So that's primarily the base introduction about me. Now coming to the part of what is going to be, I'll actually be covering up I'll start with complete basics. Not just with the high level stuff or just jump into config and do that, and then no. I normally start with whatever that is there in I start with that. Then I move on with the other topics, like whichever is relevant and whichever is required.
Okay.
Because I tend to feel that people without knowing or having the adequate knowledge of what is actually the process of the processes or the basic functionalities that are available in there's no point in actually teaching the configuration part for it.
Right.
So I have a curriculum which I stick on, or I follow very strictly. I start with the basics of what is what.
Okay.
It then goes on with then I start with I design. Okay, I'm actually trying to share my desktop.
Okay.
If it doesn't if you're not able to see, I'll ask Priya to send this curriculum to you. Okay.
Okay. It's trying to bring up your desktop. It's just blank right now.
Yeah. It's not connecting for me. Excuse me. Okay.
So while it's doing that,
it might be really slow, so don't really excuse me.
No, not at all. And can I ask you a couple of questions in terms of the curriculum? I just wanted to see what is going to be covered. I have a couple of areas that I wanted to see if I can gain some knowledge. One is, would you be covering different types of movements, GR, GR, stock transfer?
Complete inventory management. I'll be covering up all different movements of what are all the different types of movements when you do receipts. What are all the different types of movements when you do issues.
Okay. And what about the
transfer posting, stock transfers? There are many. Everything is actually covered up. It's all there it's all there in the curriculum as well. So
okay.
It pretty much covers everything. It doesn't bypass. There's no good topic which I've actually bypassed. I've given out everything in detail.
Okay.
It'll all be pointers or headers in what is what. This is what.
Sure.
But under each of those topics, there will be a number of classes actually.
Okay.
One topic alone, some topics takes 2-3 classes alone.
Right.
So there are topics like that, like which takes an adequate amount of time, which requires for completing that particular topic.
Sure.
So these are all like in detail I'll be covering up. Like it's not just that I'll be covering up theoretically, but no. The moment I take the topic, I'll definitely immediately I'll cover up the practical part itself. I don't teach theory one day and practical the other day.
No. Okay. The reason why
I normally stick on with what I teach theoretically that day. I immediately complete the practical part of that as well immediately. So
okay.
So that is normally what I do, and I normally use an enhancement package in pretty good. I mean, you've been working in SAP.
Yes.
Hello.
Hello, hi, Manoj. Yes, I have been working with SAP.
Okay, so the version which we'll be using is ECC 6 Enhancement Package 5. So.
Okay.
It's a pretty good version. So I'll tell about what is. You'll definitely get to know from master data. I'll start with what is the org structure. Then I'll start with master data. Then go on with the other processes.
Okay.
So it will be about 4 to 5 weeks of classes, daily, the mornings mostly.
Okay. Sure.
Okay, so I will have session every day in the morning.
Okay.
So the same time, somewhere around the same time. If that, whatever time that you find comfortable and I find comfortable.
Sure.
So we'll be having the classes during the same morning hours.
Okay.
So based on that, we can go further with that. So so this is what basically my curriculum is. If you're able to see my screen, I'll actually share this curriculum with you. Last day I had to send it to you.
Okay.
I think
yeah, I can
already
see
have.
your screen.
But either way, I'll ask her to send it to you. So
sure.
You can have a look at it and see if all the requirements that you seem fit are covered here.
Okay.
Okay. So if everything is covered, then if you find anything being missed out or something, you can always let me know about it and see if that can be added into this.
Can you do me a favor? Can you scroll down? I just want to see what is there in the curriculum.
Sure. Noise verification, then comes the inventory management.
Okay.
Where the physical inventory, all the goods receipt transfer, posting stock transfers, reservations, all specialized procurement processes and reporting and everything is covered. Then we have the customizing part, of what you have to do for each of those things.
Okay.
Okay, so you can actually have a look at this. Take your time and have a look at it, and then you can get back to me. If you have any
sure.
topics that are missed out, or if you want to add some topics, or if you need some further clarifications, you can always.
Okay. See, part of the project that I'm part of, it's going to involve. Hello.
The plan. There are 5 different processes. I'll teach you all 5.
Okay. Would this also involve transfer pricing or product costing? How do they cost it when
product costing actually doesn't come with scope.
Okay.
So that is actually taken care by COFM, right? Even we have it product costing in when the costing part of that is covered under controlling module, not under MMFM, right?
See, if there is a stock movement for a production order in terms of MRP, right? So the
yes, for running the costing run, yes.
Yeah. So how would they I can do some estimation based on, let's say if I were to go ahead with the production order based on the standard price.
Yeah, they run the cost estimate, right? Like they run the cost
Right.
estimate and something. But that is,
Right.
I mean, that is under the scope of CO, not under
I see.
MM.
Okay.
Product costing is actually like under this thing, COPA.
Okay. Okay. Gotcha. Okay.
So like anything else like you want to ask me or?
Yeah, no, I think basically I'm interested in from movement standpoint, when they have a intra company or intercompany
I mean,
transfer, so
stock,
document
like
and
when I
also uh-huh, and also
inventory management is a pretty big topic. Like I start with like receipts for it takes about 2 classes for receipts alone.
okay,
Issues and reservations 1 class, and because goods issue part is like a bit easier,
okay,
but transfer posting or
okay, okay, I can't hear you, Manoj. The line dropped off.
like as you were saying, like stock transfers alone, I'll be like covering up in a whole class. Like I mean, where I'll show what is with delivery, without delivery, and with delivery and billing, what are all the different processes? Like that is intercompany, intra-company, what are all the different processes? So,
Got you. Okay, okay,
so there are 4 to 5 different. I mean, like directly which you can do in Miko, there are 2 transactions.
uh-huh,
Directly, I mean, like with the orders, there are 3 different types. So there are totally 5 altogether.
okay,
Stock transfers between plants.
okay,
So
got
pretty
you.
much I'll cover up everything. Like this is part of my normal curriculum itself. Like there's nothing additional there.
Okay,
Because
excellent.
like to be very frank, this is one of the important questions that every interview everybody asks.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. SEO is,
SEO is a very common interview question. Like I mean,
yeah,
everybody asks like, what is the difference between intra and intercompany scenario?
right, right. And one other thing that I wanted to check with you, Manoj, is would you be including the stock revaluation in this curriculum?
Yeah. I'll stock like changing the price of a material price, right?
Right, right.
MR20. Yeah, that is pretty simple. Won't
Okay,
take much time.
okay.
If even if I forget it, like just do remind me at any point of time.
Sure,
Like
sure.
I mean, so that I'll take that. I mean, it
Sure,
is really
absolutely.
not a big deal. It is just like a minute's transaction. So it's a small transaction where you have to give what is. Only thing is you should not have existing stock. You should reduce the stock and then do the revaluation. That is the only thing that SAP suggests very strongly.
But there is also a process of inventory cycle counter where they actually go and reevaluate
Yeah.
everything, all their stock yearly or
Oh,
bi-yearly.
that is not cycle counting is not for reevaluating it, but cycle counting is for actually like just it's a kind of inventory procedure. Only thing is like the system proposes it on an annual basis, like on a daily basis, it will propose 4 to 5 different items every day. So that you
Gotcha.
always have a control of like what is the actual count there and what is the count not there, what count not being there.
Okay. Okay.
So that is like cycle counting. But changing the price of the material is MR21 transaction code is MR21. That I can show you, not a big deal.
Okay. Okay. All right. And then maybe one example of standard versus variable price
Oh
for
yeah, I mean that alone is 1 class again.
okay.
Valuation.
Okay.
That is part of procurement of stock material. The reason why I say it is a part of 1 class is I give utter importance to that mainly because like as a consultant, it might not be in your role that you have to look at an accounting complete or understand what you may think that it might not be in, but it is actually an consultant's role that you have to know the accounting entries that gets generated at the time of GR or whatever goods movement that you do.
Got you. Okay.
So I already have I have actually prepared an PDF file for it. Like I mean, what accounting entries are posted at the time of some of the entries that you normally do.
Okay. Okay.
So accounting entries of like what is debit and credit, like which accounts are debited and which accounts are credited, like I have to teach you. That is like actually one class where I spend the entire time explaining like what are all the differences between standard price and the moving average price, how each accounts are debited and posted to. So
Okay.
that again, as I say, like is one whole class.
Okay. So the reason why I asked that was, the project that I'm going to be working on, the requirement is we need to, from the accounting standpoint, we need to find out the markups of the intercompany sales and be able to provide reporting for the markups so that the markups can be removed from the legal reporting for the company. So basically, if when they have intercompany sales, like plant A is selling to plant B and plant B is doing some tolling and then selling again to plant C. When plant C finally sells to external customer, right? They want to be able to eliminate all the markups that have happened from the material movement standpoint, also from the accounting standpoint, so that that can be
Like I
eliminated.
mean, how do they intend to do that? Like I mean, like either way, if you have two different prices at different plants, like you'll
Well,
obviously have some revaluation involved in it.
well, if you look at the pricing records, pricing conditions, right? So there will be transfer
No,
price.
no. I mean, that prices would be there. No, I'm not talking about that. I mean, there is a topic called automatic account determination, right? Like where the accounts are determined at the time of GR and whatever
Yeah.
activities that we do. There is an account called AUM, I suppose, like where that is for whenever there is a change in price between stock transfers due to revaluation,
Uh-huh.
an account gets posted to that.
Okay.
So either way, I mean, you cannot actually control it, but MR21 can be used to change the price in, I mean, most companies have the same request, like, but you cannot have the same price in of a certain material in all different plants because, like, a lot of factors, variables would be involved in changing that particular price.
You're right, but let's say if I have a billing that occurs, right, due to the plant A selling to plant B, if
Mm.
I have sales order created, right,
Mm.
the sales order is going to have condition wherein my actual cost of goods sold could be $100, but I'm actually selling to plant B for $150. So the markup is $50. So through the accounting or the pricing condition records, I can come up with the difference of $50 and eliminate that when the actual sale occurs, right?
That might be have to be looked upon at sales
Okay.
perspective,
Okay.
but I can check it out. Like,
Okay. That's what we were
because
thinking of
even
doing.
in my current project, we have the same kind of requirement where when they transfer between plants, but they
Uh-huh.
won't have the same price because, but even for a material that they buy it out with the
Okay.
standard price, but price is completely like getting differentiated because of different values,
Right.
different variables involved, so they're not able to match with the same price.
I
Actually, a
see.
lot of factors are actually contributing these days.
Okay.
So there's a lot of issues because of these kinds of pricings where one plant it is selling for 40 rupees, another plant they are even not able to match it even for 120 rupees.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
So that's about like 300 times, I mean, higher than this plant's price.
Yeah.
So
See, but what happens in that case is, let's say plant A is the actual cost for plant A is 40 rupees, and then they are selling to plant B for 120 rupees, right? So when
mhm,
the time comes for actual profit calculation, the profit for the company is not really 80 rupees, right?
mhm.
The actual cost would have been that
Yeah,
80 was
50.
was the
I mean, like
internal
it would have been,
markup.
yeah, it would have been 10 rupees or something, but expenses wise, like it shoots up the price a lot.
Exactly.
So
So
I mean, yeah, I mean, I know, I mean, a lot of companies. There are some like barriers like which we cannot break. I
right,
mean,
right.
SAP's point. I mean, like it's a very, it's actually kind of we have some barriers in SAP where that cannot be broken at all at a certain point. Even we
Right.
are having the same difficulties, like so some things. Okay, anyway, we'll see about those things and all.
Okay.
So anything else like do you want to ask me about?
No, I think those are the areas. If I can learn about those, right, it's going to be very helpful on the project in terms of identifying the intercompany markups for reporting, and also that helps me understand what type of transactions get generated in those type of inter and intracompany sales and transfers.
Okay, that is fine. That is fine. Okay, so that's all. Then, like, you can let Priya know when you want to be starting the classes.
Sure, sure. And I didn't get to see the full curriculum on your desktop.